Every Tuesday night.
The good homemade songs, yes.
Every Tuesday night on Musicians Edition. Welcome to another edition.
Of the Musicians Edition, yes.
And we got some new guys here in the studio with us. Is it Jawbone or just Jawbone Band?
It's Jawbone.
It's
just
not
Jawbone.
Not Lockjaw?
No.
Yeah, Roger called me. I was like, so who we got coming on here? Lockjaw or something?
The Jaws of Life.
Yeah, and there's a story behind that, too. We'll get into that in a little bit from what I've been
We have
told.
Jonathan, Jeff.
Jeff Haynes, Brooke Brown, and
Yep.
Jonathan Meadows, and respectively on banjo, ukulele, and guitar, which is a unique combination.
Yes.
And like I said, first time being on the radio here, and I saw you all about a month or so ago at Third Eye, and I was there with the Davis Creek Boys and stuff, and
Right.
you all did a good job. I was impressed with you.
Thank you.
I like
We
your
enjoyed
take
your
on. Well,
It's the Mutual Admiration Society.
I guess so.
There's
But
no deja vu here. I've never seen across from this board a banjo, a uke, and a guitar at the same time.
We have seen a bass, a uke, and a flute.
Yeah, we have seen that. But,
And that was a
banjo,
one-man band, right?
And we have seen, and only recently we saw, what, 3 banjos?
Yeah.
2 banjos, yeah.
Two.
And they've never been heard from again. They've gone missing.
Like
It
I
was
said,
3 too
Looking
many.
for them still.
so let's start with, let me see about, let's see, your mic. Trying to remember where I've got all these things. Let me hear you,
No,
Jeff.
that's Jeff.
That's Jeff.
Your mic. No, that's Jeff.
Oh, wait a minute. I got to turn this around. Hold on here.
Ah.
Try it again.
All right. How we doing over there?
Oh, now we can hear you a little bit.
Ah.
There we go. Okay, now I got that figured out. Yeah, I'm not used to having quite as many mics and stuff going on here. But anyway, Jeff, you're from here. You, I think you said you were with last graduating class of Dunbar, huh?
That is correct.
What year was that anyway?
1990.
Are you sure you got in there?
I don't know. We'll find out here.
I feel like what I'm getting through this mic is from the next room, too.
Oh, wait a minute. Hear it. Now try it again, Jeff.
How about it? Dunbar High School class of 1990. Many of those guys are out there.
Yeah. Okay, okay, you're good. Let's try, check this mic right here.
This one here?
Yeah.
How do you want me to check it?
Talking to it. Trying to work out the technical difficulties. Be with you in just 1 second.
Just 1 second. Uh-oh, too long. Well, while he's doing that, we're going to remind y'all, coming up July 13th, 14th, and 15th, our 3rd anniversary, Friday the 13th on the levee, with Ona and Ron Gallo. It's going to be a great time, y'all. Get out there live on the levee. Saturday the 14th, the Davison Brothers Band, Christian Lopez, also William Matheny and Matt Mullins and the Ring Downs. That's on the barge across the river. And the 15th, get your parrots out and your heads ready, because Parrot Head Party is going to be down at the Tricky Fish and Red Carpet with Sailor Bob. That'll be fun.
That's going to be a good time. Still trying to figure something out here. Why don't we go ahead and why don't you let me try to hear your guitar there for a second. Okay, I've got the guitar. Let's see now.
Mixing.
Try your mic there.
All right, check 1 2. Hello. Check 1 2. 1 2 1 2.
Oh, yeah, there's your mic. There we go.
Ah, see,
We
there's
got it.
there's that
Came
voice.
alive.
He sounds like he's
Yeah, we got to figure it out now. Okay, I think we're good then. And,
All right.
and this mic here is the. I think we're good on that. Okay.
All right.
Okay, I think we're at least we got
Good
that
deal.
part worked out now.
Sweet.
So anyway,
Back to 1990.
so anyway, back to you. Like you said, you graduated from the last class of Dunbar, and of course, Brooke, you're originally from Knoxville, Tennessee, and
That's correct.
you met Jeff and going to college. Where'd y'all go to college at?
We went to State.
At State?
and- Well, actually, we went to Andy's Grill, and State was next door, so we just kind of...
There you go. And of course,
Now, how'd you wind up at State from Knoxville?
Well, my mother was living in the state at the time, and when I finished high school, she was like, "Hey, if you move up here, I'll help you get started in school." And
Cool.
so I did that, and Jeff and I were both English majors, and there was one semester where we literally had, I think, every class together, so we became great friends, and that was, my God, 20-something years ago.
were y'all playing music then at the time?
We only talked about it, and there was actually in one of our writing classes, we had a project where we had to read this story. and write a song based on the story, kind of convert the story to a song. And there was this song about this dog called Tippy, and the Jones family owned it, so we called it Tippy Jones, and it was a blues song. And this dog would steal everybody's food, and he was just rotten to the core, and they even fed him poison, and he wouldn't die. So it was the perfect, recipe for a blues song. And so we always kind of talked. We were going to have a band called the Tippy Jones Project, and we've performed under that moniker a couple of times, just the two of us over at the Boulevard Tavern. But here we are now as a three-piece because we met Jonathan over there, and these three instruments together really seemed to create something that none of us had ever heard. So
Right.
yeah.
Of course, Jonathan, you said you were from East Bank, graduated from East Bank, last
was
class of
the
East Bank.
Last class, 1999,
Yeah.
got out of there before Riverside happened, but that's a great school too. And
Sounds like the last picture showed.
And you
Last
being
class.
from East Bank, and of course you probably remember this, I went to DuPont, that for a
Sure.
long time they didn't even let the teams play each other.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
that was quite a
because it
quite
was
a
always
rival.
fights.
Yes, yes.
I always thought when they put those two schools together, I'm like, how's this really going to work? But apparently
Yeah,
it's
it
worked
was,
out okay.
You guys beat up on us, and we beat up on you pretty good
Yeah.
sometimes too.
Yeah.
I remember. So.
But
I have to
anyway,
say that my high school is still standing.
Yeah, out of
Clinton High School in Clinton, Tennessee,
Well-
just outside of Knoxville.
well, mine is too, but it's just a middle school now.
yeah,
so-
Oh,
same
okay.
here. Same here. We're in the same boat. There.
Yeah, exactly. Well, why don't you start us off with something there?
All right.
Here we go, Jawbone on the Musician's Edition.
I think we like to start off with the cover that we do. It's a Chris Stapleton tune. He wrote it for Adele, and it's called "If It Hadn't Been for Love." Never would hitchhike to Birmingham if it hadn't been for love. Never would caught the train to Louisiana if it hadn't been for love. Never would walk through the blinding rain without a dollar to my name if it hadn't been, oh, if it hadn't been for love. Never would got into the trouble I'm in if it hadn't been for love. Would have been gone like a wayward wind if it hadn't been for love. You know it better than me. I wouldn't be wishing I was free if it hadn't been, oh, if it hadn't been for love. For cold walls against my will, at least I know she's lying still. For cold walls without parole, Lord have mercy on my soul. Never would went to the side of town if it hadn't been for love. Never would got a mind to track you down if it hadn't been for love. Never would load it up a 44, put myself behind the jailhouse door if it hadn't been, oh, if it hadn't been for love. For cold walls against my will, at least I know she's lying still. For cold walls without parole, Lord mercy on my soul. Never would hitchhike to Birmingham if it hadn't been for love. Never would concentrate to Louisiana if it hadn't been for love. Never would load it up a 44, put myself behind a jailhouse door if it hadn't been, oh, if it hadn't been for love. If it hadn't been, oh, if it hadn't been for love.
Great job.
It is a unique sound.
Thank you.
Yes.
So, Jonathan, with you, these two have not been playing as long as you have, right? Or have you been? How long have you been playing?
That's probably right. I'm probably going on my 10-year mark.
Yeah.
And I actually picked it up after my grandfather passed away, and I inherited his guitar, and I kind of promised myself I was going to learn it. I've always sang. I've sang since I was
Right.
a little bit.
Was it
playing.
that guitar you inherited?
No, it wasn't. Actually, this is my present to myself. But it's still up over my
I've
mantle,
almost
and
given
I
myself that
idolize it
present a
every
few
day.
times too. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and like I said, the way y'all got together, you started going to open mics individually and just
Right.
kind of became friends. Of
Yeah.
course, you two knew each other anyway,
Right. Yeah.
but that's how y'all met Jonathan, and now you're out trying to play some places.
And
got
we
some-
have
Yes.
reeled him
My,
in for Thursday night.
That's
at
oh,
Little
that's
India.
good.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah, that's
My,
a good plug, Roger. Where is that at again?
Little
Thursday night?
India.
Yeah.
Little India. Yeah.
My brother-in-law actually, my brother really, Kenny, he talked me into coming out to the open mic, and I really miss him. He's had a baby since then, but he's the one that kind of gave me the shove and got me out there, and I thank him every day for it because I wouldn't have met these
Yeah.
guys, you know.
Shout
Right.
out to Kenny.
Yeah,
Kenny's
shout out to Kenny.
great
Kenny
fellow.
Cozy. Love you, bro.
Yeah. A literal shout out.
And he was really always stoked on music. And when I first started coming out, I didn't even sing. I would just play instrumentals because I had just learned chords and I couldn't even really play the banjo, if you will. Saying that there's several right ways to play it, but there's no right way, but several wrong ways. And so I was just learning. I played when I was 11 and 12 years old, and then I quit for 32 years. So then I got a banjo Father's Day 2 years ago. And after 9 months, I learned chords, and my banjo teacher tells me, you know more chords than I'll ever know. But I didn't know what to do with my right hand so much, and that's something that's still kind of a work in progress. Right now I'm learning claw hammer style, but we would go out, and Kenny would always get real stoked on the instrumentals I would play, because I would do like one song into another, and kind of like little mashups and stuff, and before I started singing. And then Jonathan's like, man, let's play this Bruce Springsteen song, I'm on Fire, with the banjo and the guitar. And we ended up doing a 3-song set, and it just kind of rolled from there. And
Yeah, sure did.
Washboard Dave, much love to that cat. He was the one who nicknamed me Mama, and so I'd get up on stage and they would just yell Mama, and so it became Mama on his banjo, and so that's how Jawbone was born. It was a Jonathan Mama in Brooklyn, so
Right.
it became, and then so that's, we're like, how does Jeff fit into this equation? Well, it's like they call me Mama a lot of times when I play out, so
It's the
that's
jaw of them all.
there's that.
The jaw of them all.
But you have this guy, he's an accomplished musician, and Brooke does his singer-songwriter thing, but it's like we're 3 circles, but there's just enough overlap that the chemistry between us works, because we have an appreciation of good music played well.
That's it.
Regardless of, we're all fans of, like, I'm not going to start name-dropping bands because it would just go on
Be
all
here a
night, but
while.
it's like, there's all those common areas, but it's enough of use that as a launching pad, and then, steeped in, from Appalachia, steeped in old-time traditional music. I was raised around a lot of bluegrass picking, but now it's, things are divided into old-time versus bluegrass, etc. But before that, there was hundreds of ways to play the banjo, so I'm just here to have a good time with these guys. So,
And I'm glad you're here with us.
well, appreciate y'all having us on. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Jonathan, the guy that was in here earlier, Kenny Lavender, he's
Uh-huh.
actually from East Bank.
Yes, I know some lavenders.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So he actually texted me. He's like, Jonathan's from East Bank? So,
Yeah. Yes, I am.
He's bank in the house.
yeah. Well, why don't you play us another song?
Okay.
I've got a request I do want you to get in before the end of the night, but,
You
okay.
do?
yeah,
Sure.
Oh, boy.
I think Jonathan knows what it is.
Hopefully, is it the hurricane or hurricane?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
good deal. You'll be happy to know that's on our list.
Good.
This song, though, it's called Good Time Americana, and there's a reason it's called that. If you'll look on for those who are watching at home, the name of Jeff's banjo here is called the Good Time Americana. And when he got that back in, it was about a year ago.
It's gold tone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Deering.
Deering.
Deering, yeah.
But,
Left coast banjo.
you lefty. But yeah, I said Good Time Americana, that is a song. And I'm a huge fan of Light and also of Neil Young, Traveling Wilburys, Tom Petty, all these kind of Americana guys. So this song was born out of that banjo's name, and it's the first song I ever wrote on the ukulele because I'm a guitarist, but I also play ukulele, thanks to George Harrison. But that's another story.
Just 1 second for our listeners. Larry, I was telling them we are probably on about 150 shows, and I think that's the first time that light has just came on like that.
Right on.
We bring the
Hey,
light.
we bring the light.
Yeah.
We're illuminating
Putting the
listeners
spirit in
and
the room.
ourselves.
Let there be light.
Let there be light. Anyway, this is called Good Time Americana.
Jawbone.
I'm having a Midwestern dream of waving grain at southern seams, and the sounds, oh, the sounds of traveling coast to coast. It's the sound that we love the most. There's a national dust in the air. It's sweet as powdered sugar mist. And the clouds, oh, the clouds are billowing across the sky. You could probably catch one if you tried. The time once was, again shall be, when roots ran deep as the sea. The time is now, if you want a good time, Americana. Well, every road leads to this place. Your destination welcomes you, and yours, oh, and yours, and all the ones who've come before. Gather, there's always room for more. The tones of home, they flick and flare. They're resonating out everywhere. But still, oh, still, there are those who've yet to hear or see that what we are is one big family. The time once was, it's here again. The roots took hold So let's begin. The time is now. If you want a good time, Americana. Oh, that Midwestern dream of waving grain at southern scenes, and the sounds, oh, the sounds of traveling coast to coast. It's the sound that we love the most. Of traveling coast to coast, it's the sound that I love the most.
On WTSQ.
Got that note?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let it ring.
Let it ring, let it ring.
Very nice.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Is that something you mutually wrote together? Or did you write that, Brooke? Or
That's a Brooke
that was
original that
completely
he's brought
inspired
to
by
the
that
Jawbone,
banjo,
yeah.
and
it-
took to my little notebook, and it really came together very quickly.
Yeah.
It was meant to be.
It-
It was like Labor Day weekend or something.
It was.
He
It
hits me
was.
back and he's like, I wrote this song.
Yeah, I told you it was a good title,
Sure did.
and that was it. Yeah, that's one thing that we need to start doing, and I mean, we're actually in the process
Yeah,
of
we
doing
are.
a joint effort of
Sure.
writing a song together. So,
I know, Jonathan, you've written some too
He's
on your
written
own. and-
Yes, sir. I
Yeah.
have.
yeah.
I think that might be our next
That's
song.
our next song, actually. And Jeff has written a song or two.
Yeah, I've brought one to the table. Working title right now is Alderson, and it's about my great-grandmother when I was 12 years old back in 1984, back when I was learning Scruggs-style banjo the first time. There were 5 generations of women on my mom's side of the family that went back to, like the late 1800s, early 1900s, and my great-grandmother had 12 children. There were 4 twins, 2 sets of twins. So the song writes itself, but at any rate, I'm going to bring that to the table as well. So.
Tell them the one line about the.
Oh, everyone in my life was old when I was born, which is
I love that.
my dad was
Yeah.
born in 33, my mom was born in 1940, and I was born in 72. I had older siblings who were close to the age of parents of some of my contemporaries, if you will. So, there was kind of like a big generation gap kind of thing in my family. I came from a his, hers, and ours family. It's kind of a late
Kind
kid.
of sounds
that
like
came
my
along, so-
family. Kind of sounds like my family.
Afterthought, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. That's right.
I'm 61, have an 18-year-old, so it's my youngest, and my oldest is 36.
Wow.
So, total of 5. So,
To life.
but it's like you said, it's his, hers,
Right,
and
absolutely.
ours. Is
Yeah.
what it was. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it was one big family, just like the song says.
that's right.
That's right.
I think you did, didn't Jeff? Didn't you do a original song too at Third Eye? I was thinking you did one Third Eye.
I have.
Yeah, I think you did, yeah.
I have. It's been a while. I remember doing Barbecue by Paul Williams from Emmett Otter as well. So that, some of the things that I had worked into the set back then. And
Paul
John
Williams,
It-
and
it's
there's
really-
a name you don't hear much
Right,
anymore.
It's evolved over time, but
Close to You.
Mm-hmm.
What else did he write?
Bunch of things for the Carpenters.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Close to You is one.
Oh, man,
We've only just
that's
begun
my
is another.
childhood, those Carpenters
I
records.
think we've only just
Oh,
begun.
my goodness.
Yeah. Well, you got another one for us?
Yeah.
Do you? I'd say this is one of Jonathan's.
This is a Jonathan.
Yes, this is a song I wrote with Chase Taveras, actually, and it's called The Willow Tree and the Firefly. It's about my wife and my daughter, and just how they make me feel in music. And I know they're listening, so hello,
Hello?
Reagan and Ashley.
Hi, Reagan and Ashley.
Guess we'll start it off. You ready?
Indeed.
2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2.
Sometimes it gets away. My mind steps out to play. I gotta remember why I wake up for the day. They feel warm to my soul, like the sun from the sky. Whoa, whoa, whoa. My willow tree and my firefly. Come with me, come willow tree. Grab the firefly and we'll start a family. Blue as the sky or the deep blue ocean. We stick together, baby, make a potion. Come sing with me, feel the music and we're free. We resume motion after sassafras tea. Forget today as it passes by. Whoa, 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 my willow tree and my firefly. Sometimes my heart gets gray and I don't know what to say. Then the firefly comes and baby she lights the way. The willow tree has my heart. Yeah, she's headed from the start. I knew she'd sink those roots straight into my heart. Come with me, come willow tree. Grab the firefly and we'll start a family. Blue as the sky on the deep blue ocean. We stick together, baby, make a potion. Come sing with me, feel the music and we're free. We resume motion after sassafras tea. Forget today as it passes by. Whoa, 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 my willow tree and my firefly. Whoa, they feel my soul. Whoa, they wrap their arms around me. Here I stand. I wouldn't be half a man if it wasn't for the love they've shown me. Come with me, come willow tree. Grab the firefly and we'll start a family. Blue as the sky or the deep blue ocean. We stick together, baby, make a potion. Come sing with me, feel the music and we're free. We resume motion after sassafras tea. Forget today as it passes by. Whoa, 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 whoa. My willow tree and my firefly. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ooh, ooh, yeah, yeah.
Jawbone.
Thank you.
Yeah, on the Musician's Edition. Another good song.
Another great song. Like I said, we are high atop the Union Building, historic downtown.
We're high,
Truck-
just
yeah.
not atop.
Well, we're midway of the Union
Yeah,
Building.
I was just noticing on the elevator, there's no 13 on the elevator.
No, it goes straight to 14.
There's 14 floors, but
No, there's 13
no
floors.
13. So
There's
Serious
13
13.
floors. 13 floors, but the elevator says 14.
yeah.
But anyway, let's talk.
So what happened to the 13th
Otis
floor
couldn't count.
elevators?
Well, Otis
Rocky Erickson.
Remember the 13th floor elevator?
That's right,
Yeah.
Rocky Erickson.
I had too much to dream last night.
like I said, real quickly, I'd like to also mention before I forget about it, is we've got a great third anniversary party coming up, July 13th, 14th, and 15th. Friday the 13th, Ona and Ron Gallo's going to be at Live at the Levee. After party at the Tavern with Socks and Sandals and Static Fur. Saturday, we're going to be down at the Barge, there across from Florida Street. Davidson Brothers, Christian Lopez, William Matheny, Matt Mullins, and the Bring Downs, and a whole lot more going on there. And also, on Sunday, it's going to be my day. It's a Parrot Head party at Tricky Fish with Sailor Rob. That's going to be kind of fun.
You know, I forgot to mention that after party at on the 13th when I mentioned that a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, oh yeah,
Good
you mentioned
time.
earlier when I was trying to figure out all the
Yeah, when you were
details, when I was trying to figure out all the technical stuff.
This segment is
Fine
brought
mic
to us by
and-
the number 13. I
That's
believe.
right. It should be.
It should be.
That's right. The so you were saying, how long have you been playing? You said you play guitar, but how long have you
I've
actually been playing
guitar for off and on, just alone in my room with my thoughts for 20 years.
Yeah.
But I picked up the ukulele. I'm a huge George Harrison fan, and there's a great story. And what was that in? What was that clip in that I sent you? It's in some documentary. Oh, it's the Martin Scorsese. He did a documentary on George Harrison.
Right,
And
that's
Tom
what-
Petty's telling him this story about, George came. I went over to George's house, and he was like, here, and he gave me a ukulele, and he says, you got to keep it. And then he taught me how to play, and all day long we played ukulele. And as I was getting ready to leave, we go over to his car, and he opens up the trunk, and it's just full of ukuleles. And he's like, here, take another one. You never know when you might need it. And I just find that to be hilarious. But the ukulele is just, it's like you can't play a sad song on a ukulele, and I've tried playing Nirvana's Lithium, and it just is the happiest version of that song you'll ever hear. I'm not going to do it now, but
Almost like a banjo in a way. Banjos are kind of that way, a very
in
more
a way, but
happy instrument.
it's tuned so. The way you do it is, my dog has fleas.
Right.
My dog has fleas, but that's how
They
you
got
listen to
sprays for that.
I know. Well, I wear the collar. It's just underneath here. But yeah, it's a funny instrument, but I just fell in love with it. And
Coming from my love of Olden and the Way, David Grisman, Doc Watson, all things Appalachia, the uke has a tone similar to the mandolin to a degree as well. So it all works as far as using old-time traditional music as a springboard or launching pad, if you will, for what we do with Jawbone music. There's other things in the works that we're working on as well that are more from that genre, but it's a balance. Like Brooke said, we're just getting started out, so it's like
yeah,
Well, I understand not only for George Harrison, but McCartney also, for the two of them together, the uke was a go-to instrument a lot of times.
oh sure.
In social situations.
And John Lennon's
some of the
mother,
recordings,
I believe, or
yeah.
aunt, played the ukulele. So
And they
it was-
started recording separately on their own, on the group albums. Some of those songs were accompanied by ukulele.
One of the most beautiful things you'll ever see is on the Concert for George, when Paul McCartney comes out a year after George's death, plays something on the ukulele.
yeah.
It will move you deeply. It does me every time. I'm getting misty just thinking of it.
Yeah, what's the song? I think the lyric is "Because you're sweet and lovely, girl,
Yeah.
I love you." That's
Mhm.
That's For You Blue.
For You
Yeah.
Blue, yeah.
That's the happy blues song. It was all sweet in the 12-bar blues fashion. Yeah.
Support for WTSQ comes from
Letter
Lola's
talk.
Pizza, a quaint cottage eatery serving Neapolitan-style pizza prepared in a stone hearth oven. With cocktails,
WTSQ Musicians Edition live streaming is brought to you by Advanced Physical Therapy. 304tees.com. Adventures Bar and Grill at Eagleview. The Empty Glass. And the Boulevard Tavern.
Support and underwriting for WTSQ is provided by First Choice Services, which operates several West Virginia helplines, such as 1-800-GAMBLER, 844-HELP-4WV, and West Virginia Navigator. A full list of services and programs is available at firstchoiceservices.org.
So Roger, I've told you not to touch the board or the computer, okay?
Yeah, nice try, nice try.
Yeah, I was getting those underwriting spots ready to go, and I just accidentally clicked it. Anyway,
She just came on in, yeah.
if you would like to become an underwriter for Charleston's community radio station, WTSQ, you can write info@WTSQ.org. We do appreciate all the support from the community and our underwriters that we get for keeping this station on the air and letting us do what we want to do here.
Mm-hmm.
So, and before we were rudely interrupted by Roger hitting a button he shouldn't have.
Nice try, nice try.
We were talking with Jawbone,
Yay.
and I think we were talking about.
You will know it when I rudely interrupt you.
Yeah, I know. I know all the time. I know all the time. But getting back to the uke for a second too, I've often wanted to get one. I've just never got around to one.
You
I've
need
played,
to do it.
and I keep thinking, justification for it's like, well, it's smaller than a guitar, so the wife shouldn't complain too much about another instrument in the
You're
house.
a
right?
Jimmy Buffett fan and you don't have a ukulele.
I know.
Come on, it's just
It's like peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
that's it. My fear was that I wouldn't be able to go back and forth between the two instruments because it's just
The finger's
it's a
all different,
completely
yeah.
different beast. But it's
Yeah.
not the case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you got another song for us?
Yeah, I think we've got probably a couple more. But you want to do? Well, let's do Larry's request.
Yeah. Tell us about this song.
Yeah.
And how you came, because I
Sure,
had never
absolutely.
heard this song until you all played it at Third Eye, and I had to ask you twice who it was so I'd remember.
There's quite a story behind this, actually. Come to find out,
We did a deep dive.
my experience. No, I went to play some music with Ricky Cooper, a great kid, just graduated.
Yeah, we've had him on the
college.
show.
Yes, and we were up at Barnyard Barbecue, and he played that song while I was playing with him, and I was like, dude, that is the greatest song. And the lyrics, he was like, Band of Heathens, check them out. And I was like, great. So started playing it, at open mic, and I just fell in love with that band and the rest of the album. And come to find out, this song was actually written back in 1981.
When Ricky was not even born yet.
Right.
Right. And
Do you even remember the artist's name?
the artist's name, I apologize, but it was terrible. So I didn't get
His
to do the
name
whole
was terrible.
song.
The song is great.
The song was great, but the name was
Also, the Band of Heathens didn't actually write the song.
no.
That's
Oh,
it. It's
no.
this guy from the 80s that we can't remember his name.
And it was wrote in 1981, and that's my birth year. So I felt like it was the connection there. That's what the connection was. It wasn't with the band.
And the other
It
connection
was
too is
original.
Roger Rabelais is from Louisiana.
Fantastic.
Oh.
We talk about shrimp boats and
This is
hurricanes.
All the
and
good
that
stuff.
What is the name of the song?
The name of the song is called Hurricane.
Unless you're from here, it's Hurricane.
Unless you're from here, it's Hurricane.
Avocado.
Well, if it's a storm, it's hurricane. But I'm trying to think who did write that. I've heard that before. But
Yeah.
My wife actually came to me one day and like, Jonathan, do you know the Band of Heathens did not write that song? And she had the YouTube video and everything ready to go. And here's this guy in a button-up leather perm going button down, excuse me.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was just like mind-blowing. I was like, okay. Right
Kind
on.
of.
I'm
the
thinking
genuine
maybe
of
it was a song of Eddie Ravens, maybe from Louisiana. But
He looked like Eddie Rabbit, but I don't know.
well, that would
He
that
looked
might
like
even
Eddie
fit.
Rabbit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were not dissimilar artists.
Yeah.
No, I don't think of it.
Huh? Okay. What do you think?
You guys ready?
We'll
This
see.
is for you, Roger.
All right. Here's Hurricane.
Miles off a Gulf Stream, you can hear the south wind moan. The bridge is getting lower, and the shrimp boat is coming home. But the old man down in the corner slowly turns his head, takes a sip of his whiskey bottle, and this is what he said. Well, I was born in the rain on a punchy train underneath the Louisiana moon. I don't mind the strain of a hurricane, they come around every June. High black water, the devil's daughter. She's hot, she's cold, and she's mean. But nobody taught her it takes a lot of water to wash away New Orleans. Man came down from Chicago, he's gonna set that levee right. Needs to be about 3 feet high, or it won't make it through the night. But the old man down in the corner said, don't you listen to that boy. The water'll be gone by the morning, and he'll be back to Illinois. Well, I was born in the rain on a punchy train underneath the Louisiana moon. Don't mind the strain of a hurricane, they come around every June. Oh, high black water, the devil's daughter. She's hot, she's cold, and she's mean. But nobody taught her it takes a lot of water to wash away New Orleans. 30 miles off of Gulf Stream, you can hear the south wind moan. The bridge is getting lower, and the shrimp boat is coming home. But the old man down in the corner slowly turns his head, takes a sip of his whiskey bottle, and this is what he said. Well, I was born in the rain on a punchy train underneath the Louisiana moon. I don't mind the strain of a hurricane, they come around every June. Well, high black water, the devil's daughter. She's hot, she's cold, and she's mean. But nobody taught her it takes a lot of water to wash away New Orleans. But nobody taught her it takes a lot of water to wash away New Orleans.
It looks like it's a guy named Leon Everett who wrote that.
There you
That's
go.
the one.
That's the man right there.
Google's a great thing. isn't
Google
it?
is a great thing, the World Wide Web. Yep.
So, Jonathan,
What do you mean Google?
were you playing in bands before, or just always doing solo stuff on your own, or?
I started out kind of just playing by myself. Then my brother-in-law, Jamie Kersey, shout out, Jamie, if you're watching.
Hey, Jamie.
We started playing together a little bit, and, you know, we all got lives and families, and sometimes things don't work out. But, you know, I just always had that strive to get with the band or somebody else and play music because, believe it or not, playing by yourself is a little more challenging than playing with a group. And, you know,
It's hard to stay motivated.
and it is, and it's you just don't know like where you want to go. But I know one thing's always stayed true, and that's music, and I think that's why it's so easy with this guys because they believe the same thing, you know. And but I played with Jamie, and then I had a guy playing drums with me, Dave Hartnup, and you know we played Pratt Fall Festival last year, and it was fantastic. I had a good time, but now it's Jawbone, so.
Yeah. And speaking of playing, what have you got coming up? Are you going to be playing out anywhere anytime
Yes.
soon?
I made a cheat sheet here. Oh, our dear friends, the Davis Creek Boys. Hope you guys are
Yes.
listening. I'm sure you are.
Shout out.
Yes, we're playing with them on July 27th, which is a Friday. That's at the Blue Parrot. Also on the bill is a group from Kentucky called Elizabeth Reed.
Oh,
Fantastic.
yeah.
Fantastic stuff. Allman Brothers
Allman Brothers.
inspired.
Yeah, I was going to
totally.
say, yeah.
They sound really good. So we're excited about that. We're speaking of Pratfall, and I just keep thinking this is a festival for Chevy Chase.
Yeah, we want to do the Pratfall Festival, Jawbone.
Sometime in October.
October, yeah. I want to say 15th, but
Where's that
forgive me
held?
if that's wrong.
Pratt?
It's actually downtown Pratt, West Virginia, right up from East Bank. It's my stomping grounds. And we're also going to do a benefit for Aiden's Annex. A great girl I went to high school with. It's on September 15th. It's her son, and he has a rare disease called Sanfilippo, and it's the best way to describe it without going into too much. It's like a childhood Alzheimer's, and he's not guaranteed a whole lot of life, but they're trying to celebrate the time that he has, and they're trying to raise money and awareness for it. And I done it last year, and I was so blessed to be there. And I asked these guys, and they didn't even hesitate. So we're really looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's going to be
And of course,
a lot
if
of fun.
somebody wants to get in touch with you or see more about you, you've got a Facebook
Absolutely.
page.
We do, Jawbone Band, and that's because Jawbone is a popular thing. There's the Bluetooth thing, Jawbone, and
Right.
so we
So you had
to
to put the band on
we
the
had
end
to
of-
throw that in there.
Yeah.
But yeah,
The name, it comes from a line from the old time tune Angeline the Baker, left me here to weep a tear and play on the old jawbone. The jawbone of the donkey was, with the loose teeth and a stick, was kind of a popular instrument among the gourd banjo and other things like that on the plantations of yore. So that,
and it's also a great song by the band off of their best record.
so right.
Very good,
So,
yes.
yeah.
Touche.
Well, we've got about 10 more minutes. Might get another song in there, too, if you want to.
Sure.
I think we can do two. Let's do two.
Yeah.
Let's do the Tom Petty song. You want to do the Tom Petty song?
I would like for Brooke to introduce this song
Okay.
in his best Tom Petty.
Well, I'm just going to borrow from Tom Petty. This is from Wildflowers, and this is how he introduces the song. This song is called Give Me Some Sugar, My Little Natural Honey Bee. Come on now, give me some sugar, give me some sugar, little honey bee. Don't be afraid, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'd never hurt my little honey bee. Well, don't say a word about what we're doing. Don't say nothing, little honey bee. Don't tell your mom, and don't tell your sister. Don't tell your boyfriend, little honey bee. She liked to call me King Bee. She liked to buzz round my tree, and I call her Honey Bee. I'm a man in a trance. I'm a boy in short pants. When I see my honey bee, and I've got something to say. Oh yes. Come on now, peace in the valley, peace in the valley with my honey bee. Don't say a word about what we're doing. Don't say nothing, little honey bee. She give me her monkey hand in a Rambler sedan. I'm the king of the East End. Her juju beads are so nice. She kissed my third cousin twice. I'm the king of Westmoreland. I've got something to say. Wow!
On WTSQ. Another great song.
Jawbone, yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
Y'all do have a unique sound with the three
it's something-
instrumentation.
right.
There's something interesting about that.
That's what turned the light on.
That's right.
For all three of us and for the physical.
And the light
actual
has
light.
remained
And the
on,
light has
too.
remained on.
Yes,
It's still on.
kind of cool.
Well, we're down to about 5 minutes. When we get the other song in,
Let's
we'll,
throw it in there. This is the first song we ever played together.
Ever played.
And it's the one that brought us together as a group.
Thank you,
By the
gentlemen.
great Neil Young. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Jonathan.
Helpless.
Thank you, guys.
Thank y'all.
This is called Helpless. Oh, yeah.
Bring us on in.
Oh, yeah, I should probably do that.
Momo Haynes.
There is a town in North Ontario. Dreams, comfort, memory, despair. And in my mind, I still need a place to go.
All my changes were there. Blue, blue windows behind the stars. Yellow moon on the rise. The big birds flying across the sky. They were throwing shadows on our eyes. Leave us helpless, helpless, helpless. Can you hear me now? The chains are locked and tied across the door. Baby, sing with me somehow.
Come take this badge from off of me. I can't wear it anymore. Getting dark, now too dark to see. Feel like I'm knocking on heaven's door.
Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Helpless, helpless, helpless. Feels like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Whoa, whoa. We was helpless, helpless, helpless.
On WTSQ. Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Jawbone.
Thank
Nice.
you, guys.
Thank
Nice
you so
medley
much,
there.
Roger. Thank you, Larry.
You've been listening to the Musicians Edition. Our guest tonight, Jawbone, Jonathan, Jeff, and help me out.
Brooke. You got them out of order
Gotta
there.
go in order.
Yeah,
Or
Our guest,
Jonathan,
banjo,
Mama, Brooks,
ukulele, and
Jawbone.
guitar.
There it is.
Yeah.
Guys, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for
great,
having
great
us.
show.
man.
Having us.
A pleasure.
And
This is WTSQ LP 88.1 in Charleston
and WWSA LP 96.9 in St. Albans.
and around the world at WTSQ.org. And you were going to say,
Coming up next, Ray Whiting with Soulful Sessions here on